Well, you hated my intro, so why don't you just start?
All right, so we're back at this again. Make sure I actually do the speed run.
Much to the chagrin of everyone.
Took you fucking long enough, though. I haven't been able to play this game. Because had I tried again, it would have deleted this speed run, and then I would have had to, like, fake some data, and that would have sucked.
Well, yes, of course, but I figure why make a video if you have nothing to talk about?
That's fair.
And quite honestly, if you're gonna record every day, you're not gonna have new things to talk about, especially nowadays when news is slowed to a weekly crawl.
Yeah, Kyle has had us poring over news websites or just anything in my house. Random objects trying to find something interesting to talk about. Did you know that salt is made of... that salt tastes salty?
Well, okay, maybe if we were to be I don't know, I don't even watch them, but the Game Grumps and just talk about nothing but, breast euphemisms the entire time, do you think that'd be better?
Titties. I noticed in the last record that it didn't really matter about the fact that I had kept the high-speed playback after every level because I never used the slow-mo. So now I'm gonna make a conscious effort to use the slow-mo and do cool shit like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I feel like that's appropriate considering it looks like your goons have leveled up by a decent amount.
Yes, they are no longer goons; they are now police. Because...
And it's cyberpunk, so it's basically military police.
Yeah. So remember that the last mission at the end of the last episode where I took down a helicopter on a motorcycle in broad daylight?
Yes.
Yeah, the police weren't fans of that. Also, in the story, you are a notable serial killer known as the Dragon. I
mean, that's sick as shit, so...
but you're not actually the Dragon. You'll see the dragon very shortly.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the Katana Zero. You're some cunt.
So, like all true serial killers, you have to kill your rivals.
Well, he just kills everybody.
Who? Your guy or the dragon?
My guy. My character just kills because it's fun.
Does he? Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any reason for his killing?
Yes, he's being told to.
Okay.
But, he's like...
He's the exact kind of unhinged monster that just needs an excuse for pay to make use of his killing.
Exactly. He's getting paid in more super happy fun time drug that slows down time.
Which...
By the way, I'm not going to explain this game from the start. If you're here and you haven't seen part 1...
What the fuck are you doing?
Why? Yeah, how did you do that?
Why did YouTube make fucking part 2 of this video blow up for some reason?
Wishful thinking's fun, isn't it?
God. Okay, it's still just basic fun to record videos with you. But we could also just, play video games together.
Nah, that's for nerds.
Well, one of us decided to, or maybe karma or apathy did. Who knows? Growing up sucks, kids. Don't do it.
Yeah, seriously, don't do it. So, I heard you had some topics for me. What do we got?
Okay,
What's on the...
well, because you provided topics, and... I can't comment on any of them. I had no idea what you're talking about.
You have nothing, really, at all, for the things that I have to talk about
today?
today?
I could have researched them, but...
Well, you didn't have to.
Oh, you could talk if you feel you have the capacity to still be a badass and, talk during.
Kyle, it's me. I've always got the ability to be badass. So, have you heard about this thing called methylene blue?
Is that what they make in Breaking Bad?
No, it's not meth. What it is it's a drug that they administered during during the Vietnam War.
Other than
and
heroin?
I can't remember. Yeah, and I can't remember. It's not a recreational drug, Kyle. It's a medicinal drug,
okay.
Right? And the side effects, I don't know, actually, I can't remember what it was supposed to do, but the side effects included turning your urine and your eyes blue.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's the Spice from Dune.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, by the way, we're going to be playing as the dragon right now.
I sure hope that Audacity isn't picking up my Discord notifications.
That would be horrible. I doubt it would be. It doesn't pick up anything else from Discord, right?
I don't think so.
Anyways, so semi-recently, there were some studies going into methylene blue as a possible, not cure, but what's the word? A deterrent for corona. So naturally, fucking, there we go. All right, he has a hyper dash.
I see.
That's his thing. Naturally, what everyone did was, gotta get me some of this shit now. And that, of course, went about as poorly as you expected, because quite a few people don't know how to read, I guess, because they ingested something that sounds similar to methylene blue in name. Hold on. Nailed it. But in actuality is an aquarium cleaner and is violently toxic.
Oh.
Yeah, those people died.
Yeah, I figure as much.
Yeah, and then the story blew up saying, don't do this, it's just this terrible thing, the government's trying to kill you, rah.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk of also using hydroxychloroquine as a solution for COVID, which I'm not a fucking medical expert, but from what I can tell...
Kyle, hydroxy, that's the exact same thing I'm talking about.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they use the wrong name. Or there's, it's not hydroxychloroquine, but the name of the aquarium cleaner is something else. Anyways.
Well, I just figured, there
that.
were multiple people using multiple different solutions to try and get rid of COVID before an actual vaccine develops, which is a very, very dumb idea, let's point out. Like, we're not medical experts, but we're not fucking retards.
I mean, like, I don't know, hey, this pool cleaner syrup is blue? That should work, right? That's what the TV man said?
Well, okay, so what I got told on the TV, I don't really watch news, but my grandmother does, so I just, like, look at her every so often.
You're mumbling.
They're using... I'm not. Go fuck yourself. No.
I mean, I can't hear what you're saying, therefore you're mumbling. Speak up.
Whatever. So, from what I can tell, hydroxychloroquine is an anti-malarial drug. However, if you're not using it to combat malaria, you're gonna fucking fuck up your heart and blood so bad. And that's basically the gist of it. So, yeah, more COVID dumbness. Speaking of more COVID dumbness, it's actually one of my two topics. So,
it seems like we can't get away from COVID on this channel. Interesting, that.
It almost seems like the world can't get away from COVID. You know, maybe other people should be the active ones. We're just criticizers and commenters with no actual productive value of our own.
I mean, we've got a bit. We've got separate record. We're not just recording this directly through Discord. So, by the way, here's a pro gamer move. I skipped a little bit of the level.
Nice.
With that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to be continuing to do that, so you don't get to see a semi-fun boss fight. It's just a bunch of goons. You can imagine it, I'm sure.
Well, the idea is you're speedrunning, so...
Yeah. Well, a little bit. I'm sacrificing some speedrun stuff for style points, but nah.
So
it's all in the sake of progress.
It is COVID-related, but it's more horrible. The world is going into a dystopian nightmare because converging events news.
Cool.
So, at first it sounds good and it sounds like the government's doing their job. FBI discovers promised stockpile of 39 million medical masks was a scam, which...
Oh!
Yeah. So,
Wait, promised from where? To who?
Well, yeah,
for
okay,
what?
so there was this private company, and I don't remember their name, and I'm not going to mention them anyway, that got a jump on this whole COVID thing and sought to purchase those 39 million medical masks, basically to protect their employees, and, etc. However, they bought it from, I think, like, two crazy capitalists in, like, Australia and Kuwait or something, like foreign countries, and this is an American company that bought it. So,
right.
The FBI investigated and found out, oh, hey, that's just fucking bullshit. None of these masks actually exist, or maybe like an incredibly small number. I don't know. You expect me to actually fully read the news and what I'm going to talk about?
Right. Understood.
Oh yeah, no. However, the thing that did especially catch my eye was that the way through which the FBI figured out that the masks were a scam was the FBI was basically going to steal the masks for themselves, and then when they discovered the masks were bullshit, they let all parties involved in the news know to seem like the good guys. So.
And where did we hear this incredibly reliable source?
Let's see. It's all over the news. Newsweek. There's.
All right. Just all over the news. That's enough of reassurance for me.
Well, what you have to understand, Hunter, is that everything is converging. The world is ending. They don't want you to really know what's going on. Remember Black Lives Matter and how that didn't actually end, but just it got stopped having mainstream coverage? Weird how that happened, didn't it?
That's a good point. I've totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
Gonna be real.
Kind of interesting, isn't it? It's almost like you can't trust anything that's in power, and just this is the cycle of all things.
I mean, we already couldn't though. So no point in being like extra
I'm trying to convert the audience to our way of thinking. So
all three of them. Kyle, you gotta ease them in, man. You can't just go ham like this. By the way, this is the Dude Smasher. It's the best part of this game.
This is amazing. Oh no, I'm being moved and directed into this fucking smasher. Whatever shall I do? Question mark head.
What do you think? What life choices do you think led to being a goon?
Money.
Yeah, fair enough.
Money.
Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, but like, I'm gonna stand here and just get killed by the action hero. That's worth, some money. All right, we already saw that.
Another YouTuber, Caleb City, made a pretty good thing about that. It was just the audacity of goons in every video game. And it's like, he's playing the main character, and the main character is just like, look, do you not see? I just killed 4 other goons by myself. You yourself are not going to do anything. Oh, and then the goon's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. And then it goes on like that. You get the idea.
All right, cool. Son of a bitch. That would have looked so cool on the record. Oh, well.
Yeah, that's a shame. Anyway, so yeah.
I enjoy Caleb City.
Oh, Caleb City's fucking great, dude.
He's the guy who makes like the really short, just meme videos, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, cool.
Which one of the 200+ channels are you actually talking about? Oh wait, we mentioned it.
I just killed myself. All right.
At least you're doing that in video games and not threatening to do that in real life anymore.
Yes, I am. You just don't hear it because you yell at me.
No, I talk over you, which fucks up the record. Anyway. No, so... Hunter, would you describe yourself as a Jreg superfan?
I mean, not a super fan, but I am a fan.
Because I'm starting to realize, like, okay, I have a question for you, right? More in the sense that you've paid attention to his content for longer than I have.
I mean, it's about the same, but yeah, sure.
Well, I haven't been as invested. Like, the reason I'm bringing this up, I just started watching Centricide.
I mean, I just like their shit posts, honestly.
Well, that's part of what I'm talking about.
Explain who this is for the audience, by the way.
Jreg, Jreg.
And he's not Jreg. Jreg is, it's another meme. He's not Jreg is the point.
Jordan Ruiz Escobar Garcia, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, there you
go. Yeah, no. So, okay, I have an honest question to ask you. Do you think his mainline fans are actually in on the joke, or they're all just fucking idiots? Because
oh no,
it's hard to tell.
See, the problem with a question like that, like you still haven't explained who this is, though.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's explain who it is, and then I'll ask you that question again. So, he is what I'd like to call a political shitposter. And if you don't know what shitposting is, it's just memes, and you should know what that word is. And if you don't, then why the fuck are you watching this? How did you find
By the way, that was
us?
the boss fight I just skipped.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm guessing because you, like, cut his observation?
I ducked underneath. I just ducked underneath these cameras on the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
And there's a secret key over here that gives me a sword, but I've already got it, so it doesn't really matter.
Do you skip him because he's hard, or just because speedrun Lamau?
Nah, just because speedrun Lamau.
Right.
It's just a bunch of goons.
Yeah, so he makes political memes on the internet, and bold statement, he actually does have an ideology and does actually have goals, and that's why I ask you, you know, political goals related to his channel. You get the idea. That's why I ask you, do you think his audience is on it, or are they just all idiots, or is it part of the meta commentary that there's just an unknowable mixture?
It's got to be part. It's got to be a part that there's an unknowable mixture, because
okay,
like there has to be people that are watching his content just totally oblivious to a good chunk of anything. I know, because
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, figuring out how to breathe, very hard. Because I know one of my friends sent me his video. He's a political satirist, right? They sent me one of his videos where he defines what post-truth is, right? But at the end of yes. But at the end of the video, he reveals that he made up everything in the first half of the video. All the sources, all of the scientists he talked about, totally fake. He made up off the top of his head.
Man, that was risky.
Now,
nice job.
a little bit. Anyway, one of my friends sent this to me saying, "Wow, this guy's ideas are so insightful and stuff. I learned so much." And I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's so funny how he does that. And he's like, what's funny about this? This post-truth thing it's so serious. And I'm like, I had to ask her, did you finish the video? And she didn't. So there's got to be people like that watching his stuff. Just like maybe finishing the video, sure, but still just completely oblivious to what's going on. Because even me, I like to consider myself a kind of smart person. I watch his political satire, and at the end of it, I'm still just like, all right, so where does everybody stand here, bud? What's your point?
Well, okay.
Exactly.
Here's my take, right? Is like, if you've actually watched his videos and have a basic skill of like human knowledge / learning / extrapolation, how could you not know where he stands and what he stands for? Like, it's really not even obscure at all. Like,
but all right, you say that, but he could just be a really good satirist, and I feel like he is. Like the ambiguity is definitely there, and that's what he wants. Honestly, I feel like he kind of just is, in a sense, an agent of... By the way, the music is slower in this level. I feel like he is just, in some sense, an agent of chaos who really just likes watching people be confused. I feel like he's the kind of person who enjoys being smarter than everybody else. But you can't really see that in his videos because, you know, of course you wouldn't.
Well, he makes the wise idea of never really claiming to be smarter than anyone else. I mean, he's...
Well, no, because that's all a part of the... It's all a part of it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Like, he is a very, very clever guy. Or he's not, and I'm just giving him way too much credit. Again, can't fucking say.
Oh, no, he's definitely really clever. He expresses his political views through, like, I want to say 15-dimensional meme chess. And... quite frankly, if you're not able... I'm not saying I know exactly what his ideology is. I say I know what the entire purpose of his videos and channel are.
And that is?
Well, and that is, well, A, money, B, shitposting, and C, it doesn't matter what change we enact, we must enact change, because we're slowly slipping into apathy that's going to eventually lead to slavery. It's...
So you're saying he is just unironically an anti-centrist?
Yeah, you know, literally is unironically an anti-centrist. And the thing is, again, he keeps shitposting with memes to obscure that for the people that, for the most part, like, okay, for example, Centricide, the series, like...
Explain it.
Yeah, okay, so...
Remember, there's an audience here, they don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
So... For those who don't know how lore and stories work, Welcome to How Lores and Stories Work 101.
How, what, and what?
Well,
I know stories, but what was your first word?
lore.
Oh, lore,
Yeah.
got you.
So you build up a bunch of. This is basically, I mean, shit. Even normals should know how this works. This is basically what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. You build up all these individual sort of sources, whatever you want to call it. Build up individual X's to create Y. You build up individual, in the case of Marvel, superheroes and movies, and then you get to watch all of your action heroes fight the big bad men or each other, and there's, you get the idea. You build up slowly to orgasm.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and that's what Centricide is. So, I would describe, and, whether or not I'm actually right, but I'm fairly certain.
So you're saying it is a politically based Marvel movie?
Yes. Yes, that is what
Okay.
Centricide is.
You could have opened with that. Okay, by the way, we get a gun, all right?
Oh.
I threw it.
Could you even fire it, or are you just shitposting?
No.
Here? Okay.
No, you can't even fire it. It's just a meme to stick in that poor guy's head.
I love it. I love this game. I need to play this.
Yeah, it's really good. Here, I'll do it again.
This game's great. So, it's basically just a political movie, if you want to oversimplify things. And it involves, as the name would imply, a genocide of the centrists. Centrists being those at the center of the political spectrum, so not communists, not Nazis, not anarchists of any kind, but those who merely wish to sustain the status quo because it's easier to just be agreeable to some extent than it is to actually enact change.
Which is the point of most of Jreg's videos. He really, in his videos, hates people who just sit around and expect things to get better without actually doing anything.
Yeah, no, exactly. And as someone who was in that position for a long, long time, he's completely right. Bold statements only on this channel. So, no, yeah, so Centricide is just a sort of... and we should also explain that all of his videos are explicitly low production value, low quality, because memes exist, and like I've said, he's using, for lack of a better word, meta memes, meta irony to get his points across.
He says he's 3 levels of irony deep.
He's more than that.
And as in an official statement, he said only goes 3 levels. He had a video about it wherein he spoke completely unironically for the entire video. It was confusing. The point is, the guy's a meme queen.
Yes. Well, the interesting thing is he says he only goes 3 layers deep, and he doesn't, because that's part of going even deeper. I know you, so I know that you're also, able to be in on this. Once you get so into internet culture to that level, you just go with a flow and can both understand how many layers of irony a thing is behind and be able to do so yourself. Just basically like speaking a language just fluently. You don't even have to try.
Now, see, you're saying all this, and I still can't help but thinking that we're giving this guy way too much credit.
Well, that's also because you are a narcissist at heart and don't see as anyone better, possibly being better than you.
Oh no, I'm not even getting to that point. I'm just like, everyone, we're all humans, we're all dumb, Maybe he just got really lucky and he's just rolling with it by the seat of his pants.
Okay, now, Hunter, as somebody that I would, because you'd consider yourself a sciencey guy, right? Obviously, I'm more of,
for the most part, sure.
I'm what I would call a philosopher, which is basically just an artist, but is actually trying to say something. Let me let you.
Okay.
Let me let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows what they're doing.
Well, yeah.
No, genuinely, no one knows what they're doing. They're only taking an analysis of what works and what doesn't, and trying to, work within it. Oh, hey.
We're at the final boss, by the way. Yeah. So this is another person with super fun time drug in her system. So technically, this is a future battle.
Excuse me?
That we're in reality, we're both just sitting in a room staring at each other really intently because we're both just precognizating really hard. And I like to imagine that. If you've ever read the Twilight books, which I have, you ever remember that time that the guy
the guy who's got good for a second?
No, the time that the guy who reads minds was playing chess with the girl who can see the future, and they just kind of sit there.
Oh no, I didn't know that. What?
Oh yeah, they sit there until one of them checkmates after like an hour.
See, wouldn't you like to have psychic powers like that?
Yes. Objectively, it was the best part of the book. So anyways, she has psychic future powers, and she's run out of psychic future power drug. So she's about to have a final death and live forever in her own torment of dying from drug withdrawals. So her plan is, all right, we're going to kill this guy who's hopped up on so many psycho drugs that I'll just, get it from his blood and get maybe a couple more days out of it.
The guy being you, of course.
Yes, me.
Okay.
And so we're just going to sit here and stare at each other for a minute, not actually fighting, because we're literally just trying to outplan each other.
Yeah, which, God, is the kind of bullshit lore that I adore so much.
Yeah, the problem with this game, massive spoilers right now, it ends on a to be continued.
I mean, that supposes that there might actually be more to the story/game, which, from what we can see so far, is, how do they say, sick as shit?
I mean, yeah, my problem is, with a sequel, there's always so much room for disappointment, especially if they're going to be building up this story for 2 games as opposed to 1. The payoff at the end has to be ridiculous. Because at the end of this game, I was expecting some kind of payoff, and I got a to be continued. So the hype for this ending is just going to keep growing, and no one's going to be happy.
You're talking about Half-Life 3, obviously.
Of course I'm talking about Half-Life 3.
Yeah, no.
It's,
See, the issue with big projects that require more than just writing, like literally just more than just a book, the issue with them is that money gets to it, and oversights and redos and delays and stuff. That's why things like that's why most things have shitty sequels, is because there's no consistent one creative voice being allowed to say their own shit through it. That's why things like Game of Thrones and other examples here. Oh, Harry Potter are actually really, really good and respected because it's just one person allowed to put their themes and story out without intervention.
Right. So you're saying that a sequel would be good if it was just one lone nut doing it.
Yes. Or if just one lone nut has all of the creative power and he just pays people to do his bidding.
That
makes
sense.
Do you think one person could create this game? Because this game's sick as shit. Like,
I don't know. I know it's a semi-small indie team. Oh yeah, I need a retinal scan to get into this safe. So I'm just gonna borrow one real quick. Yeah. So we are an unthinking, unfeeling psycho killer.
As you do
in this game. Yeah, I mean, but there. If you go through and actually see the story and the cutscenes, there is story and stuff.
Well, I mean,
but that's it.
No, that's why we adore Jacket as well. So
yeah, I died 69 times exactly.
Oh, amazing!
Nice.
I know what to title this video now.
Only 15 minutes over my my personal best, which could be better. Could be
better
worse.
than I did it. I
was spending a lot of time just patting and talking to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any closing thoughts before we close out this game?
Jreg is a satirical masterpiece, mastermind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, YouTubers are fake, Hunter. I'm talking about the YouTube channel, the personality of which he embodies. No, so he's good at what he does. This game is fucking amazing looking. I haven't played it yet, but
this game's really good. The story's awful. Well, it's amazing up until the end.
Hunter
don't
doesn't
take
like
random. No, I love plot. I hate to be continued. Don't take random drugs. Even if they clean your aquarium, they're not going to clean the inside of you.
Even if you even if you trust your dealer, still use your testing kit.
Yeah, always. Be seeing ya. What are we gonna play next time, Kyle?
We'll figure it out.
That'll be fun.